Kim and Kanye have arrived.
No big deal, just taking a private 747.
I just don't dance.
Okay.
I make money move.
Right.
Kim Kardashian has been a household name for a while now, and everyone has a different opinion about her, but that doesn't change the fact that she's so rich, she barely knows what to do with so much money. This might explain why she's able to throw away $500,000 on a gift for Kanye. Kim Kardashian is a reality star, a businesswoman, and of course, a freaking millionaire. But she's also really generous with her sisters. For Khloe's 35th birthday, Kim got her a Judith Lieber clutch worth $4,500 that's shaped like an eggplant. Kim wanted to poke fun at her sister's single status. She said on an Instagram story, "She loves it, guys, so she's definitely getting some eggplant for her birthday." But of course, you can't expect the reality star to buy something fancy for her sister and nothing for herself. Khloe's eggplant clutch might seem way too expensive to the rest of us, but it was chump change compared to what Kim bought herself in January of 2019. The beauty mogul is seriously loaded, and nothing screams "I'm rich AF" like a full set of diamond teeth. Kim is so freaking extra that she blinged out her pearly whites with a new diamond grill, which she showed off on Twitter. Although the exact cost wasn't revealed, it's estimated that the cross between her front teeth and the grills on her lower teeth are worth about $100,000 according to Glamour Fame. We'll give you a moment to pick up your jaw off the floor now. But you know what goes really well with a fresh diamond grill? A lavish miniature bag, of course. Well, that is if you've got $20,000 to spare. Somewhere around August 2019, Kim was spotted carrying one of the most expensive handbags a woman can own. It's also pretty tiny too, but the price tag on the Hermes Kelly Mini Birkin is pretty huge. In fact, a second-hand mini can cost anything between $11,000 and $35,000. The bags are also so rare that you have to get an invitation to the Hermes boutiques to buy one. So if you happen to have some extra cash lying around, you might have to wait a little. Apparently, there's a waiting list too. How extra is that? But Kim Kardashian doesn't just splurge on exotic bags like a miniature Kelly. Sometimes the beauty mogul and her hubby Kanye like to relax and travel in style. Sometime around November of last year, Kim posted an Instagram story that showed the power couple traveling in a private double-decker 747. And according to Refinery29, the privately owned jet costs about $200,000 to operate per hour. And the inside is practically a floating home complete with dining room, bathrooms, bedrooms, and of course, Kanye's office. Even Kim admitted she was a little awestruck by the aircraft.
Oh my god, there's bedrooms everywhere.
Oh, who wouldn't be? But when she's not soaring the friendly skies, Kim is busy helping out a former prisoner have a second chance at life. When inmate Matthew Charles was released under the First Step Act reform law, Kim stepped in to help out. Luckily for Matthew, he now doesn't have to worry about money for the next 5 years because the beauty mogul offered to pay his rent. So, if an apartment is somewhere around $1,300 a month, Kim is planning on spending $70,000 just to help him get back on his feet. Seriously, can someone just buy Kim a cape? She definitely earned it. But no matter how many acts of kindness she does, Kim is still a target for the paparazzi, and that would make any girl feel insecure. According to Cosmo, Kim and her family pay photographers to Photoshop their photos. But editing comes at a high cost. An editing job costs somewhere around $50 an hour. Since the Kardashians are always in the spotlight, the person would have to work full-time, right? Well, that means that Kim would be spending over $90,000 a year just on getting her paparazzi pics photoshopped. But spending that much on editing pics won't sound that crazy when you hear how much the Kardashian Family Trust spent on a house. In 2018, they bought a Madison Club property in La Quinta for $12 million. The property has a rectangular pool, a courtyard, an oversized outdoor fireplace, and 7 bedrooms to accommodate the ever-expanding Kar-Jenner family. Although there's no word on who will call this 11,000 square foot property their home, the powerful family will have all the prestige of a Kennedy. And speaking of the Kennedy family, Kim Kardashian bought Jackie Kennedy's watch and spared no expense to get it. The reality star isn't the kind of gal to wear hand-me-down jewelry, but she made an exception when she bought Jackie O's watch for $395,000 in 2017. She absolutely loved how powerful it made her feel when she went to the White House to ask President Trump for leniency for inmate Alice Marie Johnson. She told Vogue, "I wore it when I went to the White House. It gave me some power. Let's get in there and get this done." But even after blowing her money on the late First Lady's watch, Kim still had plenty of leftover cash to buy a pretty expensive trench coat. But this wasn't your typical winter tunic. It was a 2001 Jeremy Scott vintage trench coat worth about $6,000. She also paired her lavish outfit with a $3,995 Judith Lieber money bag, which she used while attending an Anastasia Beverly Hills party. Kim shined brighter than, well, any other star in Hollywood. Just look at that outfit. Now, Kim has more bags than she knows what to do with, so sometimes she lets her baby girl, Northwest, play with them. Like the time she allowed her to borrow her Dior silver bag that's worth a whopping $35,000. But her fans are definitely not surprised. Kim's firstborn daughter is living quite an opulent life, hitting up Paris Fashion Week and wearing custom Balmain blazers at ballet practice. Okay, so the purse didn't actually belong to Northwest, but Kim did get her a pretty expensive gift that was just for her. Kim Ye's adorable baby girl has lots of custom-made designer pieces, including this stunning fur coat, which retails for $3,500. But she had a meltdown when Kim told her she couldn't wear her mother's pink Yeezy-heeled faux snakeskin boots worth $775. Kim's essentially getting little North ready to take over the Kardashian dynasty in the future. But North isn't the only one taking advantage of her mother's endless amount of fabulous fashion pieces. Kim bought mini Louis Vuitton designer bags for all of the baby girls in the Kar-Jenner family, and Kylie's daughter Stormi was absolutely in love. The purses were designed with black leather backgrounds and the brand's multicolored monogram all over them. Each bag costs a whopping $1,100, and she bought 8 of them, so that's more than $8,000 on gifts. Kim doesn't mind splurging on her kids, nieces, and nephews, but she also likes blowing her money on property for herself, like the time she bought the now $60 million mansion in the Hidden Hills for a measly $20 million. It featured a monochromatic interior with mostly white floors, white walls, and white furniture. But when you're loaded like she is, you can do whatever you want with your money, even decorating your mansion to look pretty much empty, right? And that wasn't the first or the last time that Kim spent millions on an extraordinary piece of property either. She and Kanye added to their Hidden Hills property by buying a home right next door for $2.7 million. But when Kim isn't busy house shopping with Kanye, she likes to treat her kids. In fact, she forked over $4,200 on baby Chicago West's Lucite crib. Can you spell fancy? The reality star chose this luxurious baby bed because Jay-Z and Beyonce bought the same style for Blue Ivy. But the crib wasn't exactly new, since Chicago's big brother Saint and big sister North had apparently used the crib first. Kim definitely knows how to spoil her little ones, but Chicago's mother needs a little pampering too. After you hit a certain age, there's only so much contouring can do. Kim is no stranger to people criticizing everything she does, and while she's always been pretty open about getting a little work done, she has never really owned up to getting any major plastic surgery procedures. But a group of UK's top cosmetic surgeons have estimated that the beauty tycoon spent at least $84,000 on plastic surgery. This included a touch-up on her face for about $26,000 and $37,000 for her vivacious backside. No one other than Kim knows the truth, but in the end, it's her face, her body, and she can do whatever floats her boat, right? Although the exact cost and number of surgeries remains a mystery, Kim spares no expense when it comes to her babies. Like the time she gave her followers a tour of her girl's closet to show off her impressive Yeezy collection. The retail price for the original shoes is $200 and $220 for the V2. So if Chicago got 300 pairs of Yeezys of her own, then she'd have $60,000 worth in shoes alone. Clearly, Kim and Kanye know how to treat the women in their lives, right? Given the way Kanye spoils his kids, it was only fair that Kim would do the same for him. Back when Kanye was still just her boyfriend, she blew a whopping $750,000 to buy her future hubby a black Lamborghini Aventador LP 704 for his 35th birthday. Unfortunately, Kim had to record a video of the car in Los Angeles because Kanye was in Ireland with Jay-Z at the time of the purchase. But all in all, Kim's lavish gift is proof the girl knows how to kick it up a notch. But do you think it would be the last time she blew a couple of G's on the love of her life? Of course not. For Kanye's 40th birthday, Kim rented a whole private island in the Bahamas for a 4-day celebration with some of their closest friends. That included booking out Abaco Island's Baker's Bay Golf and Ocean Club. The resort alone set her back $233,200, but had to pay an extra $349,800 for the 4 private jets she used too. Yeah, our heads are spinning from all those zeros too. And while Hermes bags don't cost as much as a trip to the Bahamas, they're apparently a pretty good canvas to paint on. One Hermes bag can cost as much as $60,000. So Kim was surprisingly shocked when she got an Hermes bag for her 34th birthday, and noticed it was painted. Kim assumed the artwork must have been done by an artist, but then she noticed there was a computer too, and it said press play. She told people, "I thought it was some new artist and it was my daughter. It was amazing and I have it all on video." Although Kim is known for her spending splurges, that doesn't mean she only spends money on clothes, private jets, and cars. Kim and Kanye donated $500,000 to support wildfire relief efforts. She also donates 10% of her income to different charities every year, which some claim is just a tax write-off. But the truth is, Kim's known for donating her time and money to several charities. Now, self-care is super important to Kimmy, so when it's time to pamper herself, she's got no shame dropping cash like there's no tomorrow. As we mentioned earlier, she bought Kanye that Lamborghini Aventador LP 704 for $750,000 before he even put a ring on it. But one of Kim's favorite vehicles was the white Range Rover HSE, which had a starting price of $113,000. And in 2015, she added a Rolls-Royce Phantom worth $407,000 to her impressive collection. And when Kim isn't cruising down the road in style, she spends her hard-earned cash on all sorts of luxurious appliances and amenities for her home. In 2013, she dropped $923,000 on a Savoie Royal State bed made out of Mongolian horsehair, virgin lamb's wool, and star-lashed springs. And let's not forget about the 4 gold-plated toilets for $750,000. Wow, clearly nothing is too expensive for Queen of Everything, Kim Kardashian.
It's not much of a surprise that the Kardashians know how to spend some serious cash. But when Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker get together, the purchases just get more and more lavish.
The quality of your life is the quality of your relationship.
Travis's birthday gift. Leave it to one of the Kardashians to pull out all the stops for her new fiancé's birthday. And in November of 2021, Kourtney did just that. For Travis's 46th birthday, Kourtney gifted him with his dream car, a black vintage Buick GNX. And if you assumed her gift would cost a pretty penny, you wouldn't be wrong. The cost of the car came to a whopping $215,000. Kourtney's engagement ring. If you've seen pretty much any season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you'll know that Kourtney's had her fair share of ups and downs where relationships were concerned. But of course, that was before she and Travis decided to tie the knot. And to commemorate this new chapter in their lives, Travis dropped some serious cash on her engagement ring. Believed to be anywhere from 10 to 15 carats, the ring is estimated to cost $1 million. Kourtney's Palm Springs home. Of course, the groom and bride-to-be are going to need a new place to call home. And in May of 2021, Kourtney made that happen when she dropped $12 million on a newly built contemporary home in a gated La Quinta neighborhood in Palm Springs. While it's a hefty price to pay, the home came with an infinity edge pool, a custom bar, a wine room, and a 15-tee golf course. Travis's Calabasas home. As it turns out, Travis has ironically lived in the same area as the rest of the Kardashians. Or at least he used to. Back in 2017, Travis sold his Calabasas home that he purchased for $2 million. The luxurious home came with a fitness room, home theater, and a music room. But even though he no longer lives there, Travis still got pretty good use out of it, seeing as how the home was being rented for $27,500 a month. Kourtney's Rolls-Royce. You don't even have to be a major fan of the Kardashians to know that they typically only ride around in style. And the same can be said for Kourtney, who owns a Rolls-Royce Dawn. With a net worth of $65 million, you won't find her complaining about spending huge amounts of money on a car. But with that being said, she did spend a hefty $360,000 for it. Travis's classic car collection. You may have already been able to tell, but judging by his reaction to the car Kourtney got him for his birthday, Travis is quite the fan of classic cars, especially Cadillacs. And over the years, his collection has gotten pretty impressive. But in early 2020, he auctioned off his 1960 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, his 1972 Chevrolet K5 Blazer, and his 1942 Cadillac Series 62 Deluxe. But even though he no longer owns those cars, they sold for a combined $207,000. The playhouse for Kourtney's kids. It may seem like Kourtney's children, Mason, Penelope, and Reign, have everything they could ever want. And that's probably true to some extent. But to top things off, they have their very own custom playhouse. While the playhouse was meant to be a technology-free zone with books and toys instead of phones and video games, it's still estimated to have cost an astounding $100,000. Travis's Mother's Day gift to Kourtney. In May of 2021, Travis likely gave everyone a run for their money with his thoughtful gift to Kourtney. In a series of Instagram stories posts, Kourtney showed off the three giant floral arrangements Travis gifted her with. And we don't use the term giant lightly. While it's unclear how much the arrangements cost, the sheer size of those flowers couldn't have come cheap by any means. Travis's drum collection. Most of us probably first recognize Travis as the drummer for the band Blink-182, and that definitely holds some weight to it, and for a good reason. In an Instagram post, Travis shared a video of himself in a room filled to the brim with drums of different varieties. While we can't tell how many drums he has or how much they cost, the collection alone is pretty impressive. Kourtney and Travis's trip to Italy. We'll just say it now, there's no vacation like a Kardashian vacation. And this especially rings true for Kourtney and Travis when they went to Italy. They attended the Dolce & Gabbana Alta Moda fashion show in Venice, packed on the PDA on a yacht, and toured the city in a gondola. And that probably doesn't even include half of their festivities. Kourtney and Travis's trip to Paris. Of course, Italy wasn't the only stop on the fun-filled Kourtney and Travis Take Europe tour. When you're used to living in luxury, what's a quick trip to Paris? While the two were enjoying stunning views and what we're sure was amazing cuisine, the two also decided to stop off at Disneyland Paris. Kourtney documented their day at the happiest place on earth in a series of Instagram stories, and, well, is it corny if we say their day at Disneyland seemed magical? Kourtney's designer wardrobe. A lot of us probably think we'd like to buy Kourtney's closet, but as iconic as some of her best fashion moments were, we'd need some serious cash to try to copy her look. Even if it's an everyday Instagram post for Kourtney, her outfits tend to cost a pretty penny. In one post, you'll find her casually posing for multiple photos, wearing an Atwar mini dress that retails for $187. But the Prada Monolith Re-Nylon leather boots, a whopping $1,800. That's just one post, and the woman's got thousands of them. Travis's custom motorcycle. If there seems to be anything better than purchasing expensive things, it's flipping those things for a profit. And we've seen Travis do this, not only with his classic cars, but with his motorcycle as well. And in 2018, he sold his 2007 Honda CBR 1000RR, accurately nicknamed the Green Goblin, for nearly $17,000. Kourtney's Aston Martin. While Travis has a love for older cars, leave it to Kourtney to have a love for something sleek and modern. Along with her Rolls-Royce, she's the proud owner of an Aston Martin DB11. With a powerful engine and the ability to accelerate to over 60 miles an hour in seconds, we'd say it's pretty up there with Kourtney's standards. But as beautiful as the car is, it comes in at around $200,000. Travis's tattoos. Depending on where you go to get a tattoo, they can be pretty pricey, and that's just for one of them. But then you have Travis Barker, who's got well over 100 tattoos covering his body, and no, that's not an exaggeration. And considering the fact that a lot of his tattoos are done by well-known and established artists, we can assume they don't come cheap. And we couldn't even imagine how much all of his tattoos cost together. Kourtney's 2019 Christmas party. If there's one thing the Kardashians know how to do, it's throw an extravagant party. I mean, Stormy World was another level, and Kylie did it twice. But Kourtney really showed off her party planning and hosting skills in 2019 when she threw a luxurious Christmas party that included a guest list of Travis Scott, Quavo, and even Grimes and Elon Musk. For a party that cost $440,000, we'd guess the party was as amazing as it looked. Kourtney and Travis's Utah trip. Of course, Travis and Kourtney love their expensive European vacation spots, but they're not going to say no to a desert vacation in the States either. To celebrate Kourtney's 42nd birthday, the two explored Utah's desert, toured the canyons, and even crossed the 400-foot-high Amangiri Hoodoo Bridge. Kourtney's Calabasas home. While Kourtney may be enjoying her relatively newly purchased home in Palm Springs, she also bought the home in Calabasas that fans of Keeping Up with the Kardashians may be familiar with. She bought the home with Scott Disick in 2014 in the luxury neighborhood known as The Oaks. The home features a basketball court, an outdoor pool, and plenty of land, which could probably account for its $8.5 million price point. Kourtney's skincare routine. One thing that the Kardashians, and likely most celebrities, have is flawless skin. But as you can imagine, quality skincare products aren't exactly cheap. According to People, Kourtney's 2019 skincare routine consisted of 9 steps, and the products she used cost around $500. One of her products included a face cream from Dr. Barbara Strum that cost a total of $205. Travis's healthy lifestyle. Travis is incredibly serious about his health, and there's a good reason for that. In 2008, he survived a plane crash, and it heavily influenced his perspective on life. Since then, he decided to change his workout routine and his diet. He's now vegan and works out nearly every day. He and Kourtney also train with celebrity trainer Dawn A. Matrix.
It needs to be like this, like where my body looks crazy. Like I need to kind of suffocate.
So, what's it like to be a billionaire? Well, maybe you should just ask Kylie Jenner. The girl already had millions to her name when she was born thanks to mom Kris Jenner. But now Kylie's all grown up and throwing money around like it's a ticker tape parade. But when you're as rich as she is, you don't really have to spend time worrying about going broke. That might explain why she spends her money on a ton of crazy things like hair extensions, a $400,000 bag, and a mini Louis Vuitton Lamborghini for Stormy. But before she can spend like there's no tomorrow, she has to pay the piper, or in this case, her momager Kris. Doing anything to succeed is sort of like a lifestyle for Kylie, and she didn't need some random manager to handle her contract negotiations. Luckily for her, her own mom was there to handle negotiations and fight tooth and nail for her. Kris has worn many hats over the years, but you don't think she does this for free now, do you? Kylie pays her a 10% management fee, and clearly Kris is worth every penny. In fact, Forbes reported she once paid her mom about $17 million one year. Now Kylie's worth $1 billion, so she's got plenty of cash to spoil her own kid, and she did it in true Kylie style. Although the cost of Stormy's first birthday party was never revealed, her mom didn't hold back. Kylie forked over a ton of cash on her daughter's birthday bash, which she called Stormy World. There was even a live Baby Shark performance, big balloon clouds, and Louis Vuitton-themed fries. And did we mention there were carnival rides at the party too? There was even a shop filled with Stormy merchandising. But the only thing Kylie loves more than throwing parties for those she loves is her impressive car collection. And dang, the girl knows how to ride in style. Kylie received a $225,000 Mercedes-Benz for her 16th birthday, and then she wrapped it up in orange for $10,000 because who doesn't love a makeover, right? She also bought herself a Lamborghini Aventador and spent $400,000 on a wrap job. Isn't her collection so sick? She also has a Ferrari 488 Spider and a Ferrari LaFerrari that's worth a ridiculous $1.4 million. But I mean, it's a Ferrari. They're supposed to be expensive as hell. But Kylie doesn't just spend money on cars and parties. Oh no, let's just say the girl's quite the giver. Kylie likes to show the people in her life how much she loves them with some expensive gifts. Can you imagine being inside Kylie's inner circle of friends? Life must be like a box of chocolates, except they're all made out of diamonds and gold. And you probably never know what you're gonna get. Well, her mom, Kris, had no clue that Kylie would go all out and give her a $250,000 Ferrari 488. Add to that the 10% commission she earns, and Kris was one happy birthday girl. But in true Kylie fashion, she used to go over the top with her boyfriends too. She loves pampering her men, even the ones she used to love. In 2016, Kylie bought her ex, Tyga, a $300,000 Bentley, which now probably serves as a consolation prize after she ditched him. Sorry, Tyga. But now that she's dating Travis Scott, she stepped up her game and tried something new for his 28th birthday. So what was this sweet gesture she gave to Stormy's dad? Well, she bought a giant billboard in West Hollywood that said, "Happy birthday, Daddy, love Mommy and Stormy." That's next level cute. But when she's not forking money on billboards, she's splurging on takeout food. A lot of takeout food. No, really, can you guess how much she spent on to-go orders in 1 year? If you guessed $10,000, then you hit the nail on the head. Over the course of 365 days, she ordered 186 times using the Postmates app. But what's Kylie's order of choice? She has a thing for breakfast bagels with cream cheese from The Bagel Broker. But if this girl can blow over $40 million on properties, then spending 10 grand on takeout is chump change. Kylie has spent a lot of cash on real estate. In 2015, she bought her Calabasas home for $2.7 million and sold it for $3.15 million. Then in 2016, she bought 3 3 Hidden Hills mansions and then sold 2 properties but kept 1. And then she and Travis bought a Beverly Hills mansion in 2018 for $13.45 million. Yep, take a minute to breathe. Now, speaking of lavish mansions, did you ever wonder what her current abode looks like? Cause it's even more luxurious than we could have imagined. Kylie's Hidden Hills home is totally dazzling thanks to Martin Lawrence Bullard, a Los Angeles designer who honored her vision. She told Architectural Digest, "I love pink and I wanted a lot of it." But closets and glam rooms were a priority for her too. And things like the white lacquer and acrylic grand piano, fancy carpets, and Andy Warhol lithographs added some extra pizzazz to her home. The reno likely cost a fortune, but Kylie's used to blowing her money on anything she lays her eyes on. Like Ariana Grande's song goes, Kylie sees it, she likes it, she wants it, she's got it, baby. Remember when she decided to celebrate her 21st birthday by wearing an unusually long blonde ponytail? Her hair extension artist Violet Taridi told Refinery 29 that the extensions weighed a whopping 400 grams, but the most shocking thing about her fresh new locks was that Violet usually charges $6,000 to $8,000 for them. And let's face it, Kylie for sure had to pay full price. But when she's not spending her money on hair extensions, she's spending it on private jets, and we're kind of jealous, to be honest. Is there anything better than flying first class? Well, how about traveling the globe in a private jet? Someone like Kylie can't really waste her time stuck in line at an airport, now can she? But private jets are not exactly low cost. She uses ExecuJet and Private Fly, which offers her the chance to zip from Los Angeles to New York City for a measly $62,000. By now, we're hoping she has some sort of membership discount, but before she travels, Kylie likes to pamper herself with the perfect manicure. Everyone seems to be obsessed with Kylie's lips, but she wouldn't bat an eyelash if anyone looked at her hands. That's because the girl's really into details. She spends a lot of time keeping her nails looking fresh. At one point, she relied on top manicurist Brittany Tokyo from Los Angeles to get a 2-hour session for her hands. But what's the damage? It's $50 for a house call fee, plus $125 for everything else. And she's always looking for lavish accessories to match her nails. So what kind of jewelry does a gal who's worth $1 billion wear? Well, how about a $53,000 Rolex? It's expensive, sure, but it's not like she's got to tone down her spending habits. She once spent $7,000 for a rose gold ring from Shea Fine Jewelry and splurged about $9,000 on several Cartier diamond rings. But her favorite accessory of them all are her lips. Ever wondered how much she spends on fillers? Well, someone did the math. Since Kylie wasn't naturally blessed with plump big lips, she gets a little help from dermatologist extraordinaire Dr. Simon Orion. The procedure takes about 15 minutes or so, but she has to get it done every 2 to 4 months. Depending on how much filler she's applying, it costs around $1,900 to $3,900. This means that Kylie might be spending about $23,400 every year just to keep her Kylie lips on point. But once she got pregnant, she traded luxury beauty treatments for a luxury hospital suite. Kylie was super sneaky with followers and the media. She kept everyone guessing about whether she was pregnant or not for a whole year. And then everyone learned she had given birth to baby Stormy on February 2018. But she's not a home birth type of girl. Kylie booked a private birthing suite at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, which costs a whopping $3,600 to about $5,100 per night. And it wasn't long before she started splurging on her daughter too. Just don't expect Kylie to teach her baby girl how to be frugal. The new mom spent $12,500 on a Fendi stroller for Stormy. Oh, and did we mention that she went out once while wearing a Fendi logo dress and a fanny pack? We kind of wish we could see how many pictures Kylie took till she nailed the shot. But if you thought these wheels were expensive, wait until you hear what she bought Stormy next. By the time Stormy was 10 months old, she was the proud owner of a mini Louis Vuitton Lamborghini. It's remote controlled, so we bet the only one doing the driving was either Kylie or Travis. But the proud mom couldn't help herself from posting a photo on Instagram with the caption, "Like mother, like daughter." But Stormy isn't the only one benefiting from Kylie's billions. Her dad, Travis, does not get left behind. For Travis's 26th birthday, Kylie allegedly rented the Six Flags theme park in Los Angeles for about $150,000. And then she rented a yacht and treated him to a romantic tropical vacation. The two happy parents got the chance to chillax aboard the floating accommodations, which they totally needed. Kylie makes life seem so simple. A lot of people in Kylie's life have benefited from her generosity, but we doubt one person will ever get anything from her again. You know who we're talking about right. In case you're living under a rock, Kylie and her BFF Jordyn Woods are no longer besties, which means there's an opening for a new best friend to take her place. Benefits might include lots of expensive gifts. Just ask her makeup artist Ariel Tejada. For this 24th birthday, she gifted him a diamond ring. Now, we don't know how much she spent on it, but since it brought him to tears, we're pretty sure it was worth a fortune. That being said, Kylie's close friends aren't the only ones getting gifts left and right. When it comes to Kylie, fans are sort of like family, so it makes sense she'd send some love their way in the form of gifts. Just ask Johnny Cyrus. He not only owns a ton of the beauty mogul's merchandise, but has a Kylie-themed tattoo sleeve. So to reward him for being a super fan, she gifted him a $2,010 Louis Vuitton backpack for his 21st birthday. But besides throwing money on pretty much anyone she crossed paths with, Kylie also appreciates the value of spending money on herself, especially when it comes to her health. As a businesswoman and a mom, Kylie knows that looking good isn't always about makeup and fillers. So to keep her strength up, she likes to get her heart pumping. Luckily, she's not alone. She's got her big sister Kourtney, and the two of them share Amanda Lee, a personal trainer who charges them $350 per hour to stay in tip-top shape. We might have to get Amanda's number because she clearly knows what she's doing. But even a busy gal who works and works out deserves to party like the ultimate Barbie girl. So when Kylie turned 21, she proved that life in plastic is fantastic when she threw a Barbie-themed birthday bash at Delilah's in West Hollywood. The entire party cost over $345,000 and was absolutely epic. But what did you expect from Kylie? Sadly, it was too extravagant for any of us simpletons to attend, so we're not shocked that we didn't get an invitation. But her man's party was pretty lavish as well. We all know Kylie spoiled her man Travis during previous birthdays, but she really pushed the envelope in 2019. According to her Instagram story, she creative directed the whole party. She designed a room to look like a gas station, and it was full of personalized refreshments like Hennessy Slurpees and cactus coolers. It even had a tattoo station that was dead-ass one of the coolest things we've seen at a celebrity party. But she obviously likes to send some love her way too, and she doesn't hold back. If she sees something she likes, she doesn't look at the price tag. This might explain why Kylie reportedly has about 400 luxurious bags in her closet. In fact, she spent about $50,000 on 2 limited edition vintage Louis Vuitton belt bags in NYC. But to shop like a total boss, she had to rely on another business to fulfill some of her company's many needs. What can we say? The woman's obsessed with bags, and to satiate her need, she needs to continue to make money. So she has other companies handle certain aspects of her business, and it's not an inexpensive service either. For example, did you know that she has to pay $480,000 a year plus extra fees in order to have the Shopify platform handle sales and fulfillment services? That almost gave us a heart attack. Well, if anything were to happen to Kylie's businesses, at least she could sell her bag collection. Well, all but one of them. Of course, the bag-obsessed billionaire would probably keep one purse, but with hundreds of bags in her closet, how could she possibly choose one? Well, if she were financially stuck between a rock and a hard place, she'd probably keep her Hermes Himalayan crocodile skin Birkin bag. It's worth $432,000 and is loaded with over 200 diamonds and 18-karat white gold hardware. So it's very likely that she'll cherish this purse her whole life and then maybe pass it on to Stormy. We never thought we could ever be jealous of a baby.
The Kar-Jenner family is big on real estate and have all built their own multi-million-dollar real estate portfolios. Whether it's monopolizing the hidden hills with extravagant mansions or living the ranch life in Wyoming, the Kar-Jenners know how to make a home an experience.
I just moved in to my dream home. Things just in a really good place right now.
Number 1. Kris's multi-million-dollar estate. This momager knows what she likes, and it's dripping in opulence. Kris built her $20,016,500 square foot home with the usual Kardashian amenities. 8 bedrooms, 9.5 bathrooms, a 10-car garage, a fully equipped gym, and a pool. But the extravagance is in the details, like the Hermes blankets in her cinema and the case of Barakat crystalware in her bar room. Nothing on those shelves is less than $100, by the way. We can't forget the entire room just for her designer dishware. Khloe said it best.
Thing in Kris Jenner world is just fabulousness.
Number 2. Kylie's Holmby Hills Resort. Kylie Jenner dropped a lot of cash on her resort-style single-story compound in Holmby Hills, $36.5 million worth. What she gets in return is 15,350 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, 2 guest apartments, an outdoor projector and home theater for movie nights indoors or outdoors, a serene pool, outdoor courts, a game and bar room, and 20 parking spaces. Almost every room leads to the pool for an indoor-outdoor living vibe. Perfect for the mom of two to spend quality family time, like celebrating Mother's Day. Number 3. Khloe's dream home. Khloe built her dream $17 million property right next to Kris's $20 million home. She's also made her home unique to her taste of beige. But don't let the beige fool you. Khloe's latest digs are just as extravagant as next door, with 10,000 square feet of space for her and True. Khloe, of course, had to have her perfectly organized food room, pantry, a fully equipped gym, because you know this gym rat can't miss a day, and an immaculately organized closet with her Birkins on full display. A palace fit for an organized queen. Number 4. Kim's Hidden Hills Mega Mansion. When Kim Ye first unveiled their minimalist haven, fans likened it to a museum. But Kim's love for her neutral home meant she kept it in the split, buying Kanye out of his share. The couple initially purchased the 15,667 square foot mansion, with 8 bedrooms and bathrooms, and 2 pools for $20 million in 2014. But according to Kris Jenner, it's valued at $60 million. Contrary to popular belief, the kids can have fun in their fully decked out playroom, with a myriad of musical instruments, games, and cause companion figures worth thousands. Number 5. Kim Ye's Bel Air home. This was the start of Kim Ye's minimalist vibes. They purchased this Bel Air property in 2013 for $11 million, and after 2 years of renovations, the couple moved into their 9,000 square foot home and then sold it for $17.8 million in 2017. It has 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a pool, a recording studio, and a makeup and hair salon. It wouldn't be a Kim Ye property if it wasn't some extravagant feature like the automated sliding windows, rumored to be the largest in a family home in California. Number 6. Kylie's multi-million-dollar plot. Just days after Kylie splurged on her Holmby Hills resort, she purchased, all in cash mind you, a $15 million plot of 5 acres in her beloved Hidden Hills neighborhood, close to her mom and sister Khloe. The plot is said to be one of the largest in Hidden Hills. Go big or go home, right, Kylie? She's already broken ground on her plans to build an 18,000 square foot mega mansion with a 12-car garage, a guest house, a barn, sports courts, and a pool. Sounds like this is going to be a major project. Number 7. Kourtney in the Oaks. Kourtney found what seemed to be her forever home in 2014 when she was still with Scott. She bought the mansion for $8.495 million after the previous owner, former NFL star Keyshawn Johnson, got into a public feud with then-neighbor Justin Bieber. Kourtney made this home her own by pushing it up with her personal Pilates studio and chandeliers in the bathroom. How perfectly extra! The property sits on 1.86 acres with 11,746 square feet of living space, 6 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a sauna, an elevator, and of course, a pool with large outdoor space. Perfect for a family Christmas bash. Number 8. Wyoming ranch living. Though Kim parted ways with this behemoth, 1,400-acre property after her split from Kanye, life could have been very different if she'd followed Kanye's plan to live in Wyoming full-time. In 2020, they first bought the ranch for $14 million and bought the second for the same price soon after. The property has a restaurant, an event venue, an office building, a horse barn, 700 sheep, and 160 cows. That alone sounds like a lot to take on for anybody, even Kim Kardashian. Number 9. Momager in the Hills. Kris bought her Hidden Hills mansion in 2017 following her divorce from Caitlyn Jenner for $9.925 million. She lived there until 2020 when she upgraded to her new Hidden Hills compound and sold this for $15 million. As always, the magic is in the details. Kris had a piano in the foyer, which was a gift from Kim and Kanye, a life-sized sheep statue that isn't meant for sitting, and a vintage minibar from 1955. All give a personal, slightly eclectic addition to Kris's Zen abode.
And I love this space.
Number 10. Kylie's investment property. Kylie started her real estate game young and quickly caught on to the investment angle. In 2018, Kylie and Travis purchased a home together in Beverly Hills for $13.45 million as an investment. The home has 7 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms with 9,000 square feet of living space. The master bedroom alone takes up 2,300 square feet and has its own floor. How grand! Number 11. Hollywood glitter. Unlike her older sisters who love neutral tones, Kylie's $12 million Hidden Hills mansion is an extravagant pop of color, with Warhol prints everywhere and classic Hollywood vibe. To ensure this property was up to her standards, Kylie told Architectural Digest she handpicked every detail, down to the size of the drawers in her glam room, to fit her specific glam needs. Each room is decorated uniquely, like the bar area with a Yves Saint Laurent surfboard wall decor, and ombre dining chairs. A fun, colorful house for a young, trendy Kylie. Number 12. Khloe's Calabasas Mansion. This home was a staple during Khloe's Keeping Up days. The entire renovation process was documented on the show to reveal the work Khloe had done on the 11,000 square foot mansion. She bought the home from Justin Bieber in 2014 for $7.2 million, and after all the work she put in to make the home fit her taste, Khloe sold it 6 years later for double what she paid at $15.5 million. The home has 6 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, a guest house, these iconic shiny black floors, and a massive backyard with its own private walk path. Number 13. Kravis Desert Escape. Kourtney's latest property purchase is this $12 million Palm Springs escape, her first purchase since 2014. The home has 6 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms, great for her new blended family. It also has a custom bar and wine room, an infinity pool, and a large backyard with million-dollar views of the mountains. The special thing about this sale is Kourtney bought the home fully furnished and move-in ready, so she didn't even have to spend a dime designing the home to her taste. Number 14. Kris's La Quinta Paradise. Not too far from Kourtney, Kris also has a home in Palm Springs. This serene desert paradise cost Kris $12 million and comes with all the features for a perfect staycation. With 14,500 square feet of indoor living space, 7 bedrooms, and 10 bathrooms, the extravagance of this home is really the outdoor space. The backyard has a 100-foot infinity pool, several large fire pits with cozy seating areas, a covered patio for when the desert heat gets too much, and the clearest views of the Madison Golf Course and mountains. It's all so picturesque. Number 15. Kendall's Mulholland Mansion. Due to her hectic work and travel schedule, Kendall is still new to the real estate game with her $8.5 million mansion. Kendall's personal style is pretty different from her sister's, and her home reflects that with a bohemian farmhouse vibe to match her aesthetic. Like the teal cabinets in the kitchen, emerald tiles in the bathroom, and a brass bathtub in her master bedroom. This home screams color and vibrancy with a little antique vibe. Number 16. Kylie's property shopping spree. In 2016, Kylie was serious about stepping her real estate game up. In the space of 3 months, she bought 2 neighboring properties in Hidden Hills. The first was a $6 million, 7,000 square foot property with 6 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, and a large solar-heated pool with fountain features. She sold it for $6.7 million 2 years later. The second was a $4.5 million, 5,154 square foot home she planned to use as a Kylie Cosmetics HQ, but sold it in 2017 for $5.3 million, making a profit on both properties. Number 17. Kim's post-separation buffer home. You know you're rich when you can afford to buy a house to put space between you and your estranged husband. Kim spent $6.3 million on the house between her $60 million home and Kanye's new co-parenting pad. Kim must have really needed the buffer because she paid $800,000 above asking for it and will likely tear the home down to add to her current estate. Number 18. Malibu rental. Though none of the Kardashians owned this property, they rented it during the final season of Keeping Up as a summer escape. The mansion is worth a whopping $120 million and is owned by Kim's dear friend and Beverly Hills housewife, Diana Jenkins. The space was big enough for the whole family with 7 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms, and a guest house with 3 bedrooms, and so much outdoor space for the family to enjoy the Malibu vibes. Number 19. Kim's Beverly Hills Villa. This was Kim's first big property purchase. She paid $3.4 million for this 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom, 3,800 square foot villa in 2010 and sold it for $4 million in 2013. The house came with amenities like a pool, barbecuing area, and a master bathroom with views of the garden. This was also where Kim's ex-husband Kris Humphries proposed in 2011, so it makes sense she was ready to sell the home and all its memories once their divorce was finalized. Number 20. The iconic checkered floors. These checkered floors have become infamous in keeping up with the Kardashians. Kris and Caitlyn bought the 8,860 square foot home with 6 bedrooms and 7.5 bathrooms in 2010 for $4 million. And after the divorce, Kris stayed until she moved in 2017, but kept the property in the family. And it doesn't look like she'll be parting with it soon, as she says,
"This is where my heart is."
The Kardashians have curated their own collection of dream homes, and with each one more extravagant than the last, it has us wondering, what's next for the real estate savants?
Thanks so much for coming, guys, but I gotta get back to work.
Let us know which Kardashian home is your dream home inspo in the comments below. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to The Thing Celebrity for more on your favorite celebs.